Good afternoon, everybody. Monday, brand new week, gents, brand new time, 4 p.m. Brand new look, leaving the hair out today.
Luscious, so long and luscious.
I was playing around with Mio's hair straightener last night, and man, I could see. I mean, like, I don't really style my long hair that much. I just tie it up, or I sort of, I guess, tuck it under a hat. But just to do the straightening part is a chore. So, hats off to all the girls with long hair and all the preparation you guys have. I got to give it to you. I didn't have the patience for it.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
The struggle. What's been happening, lads? How's the start of Monday morning for you?
Mine's been pretty chill. I've been doing a bit of work and ride around on the motorbike a little bit. That was really nice. So enjoyed that for sure. Might go for another ride later on after the stream. Try and get outside as much as possible.
Yeah, it's looking like the thing to do. It's trending. It's trending to go outside now.
Hashtag outside.
Thanks for joining us. What's this? Đường Sean Wang Điệu. As in road?
Yeah. it's
Sean Road. We're on Sean Road.
Potato pad, baby. You gotta get some light on your face, bro. Maybe turn towards the door if that's a thing you can do.
See you at all. What's going on?
That's better.
Yeah.
I may as well show my eyes just in case
There's these lights in my room. I don't know how to fucking figure them out.
No, you're better off, Sean. You're better off with a window light. Just it doesn't matter what's behind you. The only thing that matters is like getting a bit of light.
It looks like you have a mini bar. Is that a mini bar?
Those are the Deme beers. A couple spray paint cans, and then
it's a mini bar, mate. Are you sure you're not at a hotel, mate? What are you doing?
It's a good night. What's up, boys?
Yes.
Happy Mondays.
Happy Monday. Monday motivation. Monday madness. Manic Monday. Looks like not just Vietnam has eased up, but our hometown, Australia, has eased up too, guys.
Really?
All of a sudden.
Brisbane? Or everywhere?
After old mate... like as if it wasn't a big thing compared to what they were making of it like a couple of weeks ago. If you have a look here, Australia sees COVID-19 outbreak leveling off. And, just a week ago, they were in harsh lockdowns, harsh rules where, protesting was like the whole police force had to be out for it. And now all of a sudden, the Australian government wants to lift all COVID-19 restrictions, including the travel ban when 8% of the population over 16 years old is fully vaccinated. And they're going to reach that in mid-November. So that's like next month.
That's huge.
Yeah. Well, if they reach that 80%, hopefully they do.
If they reach.
So that means we're going to open end of October.
For Vietnam? Vietnam,
No,
I think didn't Phu Hoc say that they might think it's too soon?
Yeah, so
maybe
in
a week or two.
it's very low percentage of people are vaccinated at the moment, so they won't be able to open until they get really high numbers. Same sort of idea as
they just had a little outbreak too.
It's because they're going to be having an influx of foreigners coming in, so they need the locals to be vaccinated because these foreigners could still be traveling. I don't know, God, who knows what variant is out there coming into Vietnam. So that's the tricky part.
As long as the Sean variant doesn't get out.
We don't have that Mu variant, do we? We only have the Delta, right?
Well, thank God for that. We don't need any more variants.
Yeah,
we've already got Sean.
The Mu variant was supposed to be after the Delta.
The Lambda.
I don't know if it's any.
We had that, right? That Lambda. What was that one after Delta? There was
Lambda. We had Lambda.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get it, but it came.
Yeah.
Ah. Damn, eh?
Yeah.
It's like a new iPhone. By the way, I just reviewed the iPad Mini video should be up like maybe. I was just editing the last bits of it. It'll be up probably in a couple of hours. It's very cool. Very cool.
iPad
I'm not sure if
mini.
you guys are much of a tablet person. Supposedly it's supposed to be as powerful as like a sort of standard laptop where you can just work off it. Basically, you can attach a keyboard to it.
Yeah, those M1 powered Mac machines are super good, and the iPad Pro especially is definitely powerful enough to be a computer. The only thing is, there's a bunch of things that you can't do on it that you can do on a laptop or a PC.
How big is it?
The mini is about 8.3 inch, the screen. So I could palm it, but it's a good size. It hasn't got round corners anymore. It's like a solid, sharp corner. So you can balance it if you need it to be on a table and take a pic or something like that.
It's like a big iPhone, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But I was playing around with this one feature it had called Center Stage. So in its single lens device, it tracks you. So you stand about, I'd say, maybe a good 2 meters from it. If you could be doing a cooking show, and you got your vegetables on your left and whatever on your right, and as you go over, the iPad lens automatically tracks you.
My question is, Katie, why aren't you using it for the live stream right now?
Well, I've just done the review, so hopefully they can get back and say, "Yeah, we need 4 of them."
Yeah, I was gonna say why. The question is, why aren't we all doing it on the iPad?
Yeah, right.
No. I wasn't even going to ask that, but I'm just talking about Petey since he's got it on hand, For me personally, AT, good question.
As a video editor, AT, I would go the bigger screen, 16 for sure.
AT, I would suggest that absolutely, strongly suggest that you wait for the M1X MacBook Pros that are coming out apparently this month.
Oh.
And that is going to be a significantly more powerful machine. If you're on a budget, they might also be bringing out the Mac Mini with the M1X. But definitely wait until those come out because So the M1 Max came out as the MacBook Pro, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, the MacBook Air, which is also 13-inch, as well as a Mac Mini. So that's what the M1 chip is currently in now. But the M1X, which is like the more hardcore version, is about to come out in the I believe in the 16-inch MacBook Pro and the 13 or 14-inch MacBook Pro. So definitely wait for that. There is also a possibility that will also come out in the Mac Mini as well. So you'll be able to buy a Mac Mini, which is essentially it's all the same internals. It's just it won't come with a keyboard and the screen. So it's significantly cheaper. But if you already have a monitor, that would be the way to go.
Yes, I wouldn't mind having something to work from at home, like a desktop setup. I mean, the MacBook Pro is good because I guess it's portable. I can bring it everywhere I go. But just to have that one set place where you can just set up a station and it's purely just for work or editing, you know what I mean, or gaming, I guess, or whatever. Having the laptop means that I'll just bring it with me to the cafe and do a little bit, but then you meet friends and you don't do jack shit and you start having a few coffees. And
I love doing that.
Let's go
that's the highlight for me.
That is Matthias's life.
Patisse. No way.
I don't know if you guys seen this. Trump sues to reinstate his Twitter account.
What is going on?
Get him back. Get him back.
Yeah, actually, I think it was a bit unfair that they took him off, though.
Well,
I mean,
he was a president.
It's a private company. They can do what they want on their own service. They don't have to accept everyone. It's an option.
I know, but when you compare to what he's said to what other lots have been said out there, they purely took him off because they didn't like him, not because of the actual conditions and guidelines.
I mean,
I think the reasoning that they gave was that he was inciting violence. Wasn't that the whole deal?
Correct.
I didn't think so. When you look at some of the media coverage on what he says, they really pound in on those particular words, and they say, "Yep, that's going to cause the average person to fucking go and loot." Like, come on.
Well, the thing is, his followers are not exactly the average people, right? There's definitely people out there who are not like who only need a little bit of pushing. So
That's
I don't know.
true.
I mean, from my perspective, I'm ready for him to just be resigned to the dustbin of the history. I wouldn't mind if I never hear about his name ever again.
What have you
As
found
much
there,
as I
too,
wasn't
Patty?
a supporter, I loved his tweets. The tweets always just had me like, is he really saying this? Like the president, huh? Like, all right, Mr. Trump, keep it up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know he was permanently banned. I just thought that they banned him, and they would just reinstate him when he was out of office. But it says here that Twitter permanently banned Donald Trump in January, 2 days after the deadly January 6th riot at the Capitol building. Do you guys remember that when everything got stormed?
Storm the
Yeah,
Capitol.
so it was basically,
Crazy day.
by the pro-Trump supporters seeking to prevent the certification of Joe Biden's victory. And he apparently repeated the violations of the civic integrity policy, as stated by Twitter. So, and as Matty I says, it's a private company, so they could really do whatever they want. No one can really say or tell them what to tell them to reinstate him. They could block anyone that they wanted to. So, but yeah, lawsuits
He's still on
going
trial for impeachment as well, apparently. So that's still coming up.
That's been going on forever. I don't think it's ever gonna come to an end, or it's ever gonna happen.
But what if this? Like, look, I don't follow too much of American politics, but if you just look at what they've done rather than just their personality, do you think Trump's done much for America? There's stats on it, by the way.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think the only good thing that I actually liked coming out of his mouth was putting America first. I think that's the only thing that I liked when he said. I mean, everything else he said was a bit like, I think it was too much. I'm on center stage. I forgot that I'm on that roast show. I'm still roasting Asians, grab her by the pussy, all that sort of shit. I think that's unnecessary. But for him to put America first and then everything that he said he would try and do first for America.
Wait, Petey, that's unnecessary for the president of the United States?
Oh, but look, that's why I said,
a bit of a weak word.
No, I mean, like, it is unnecessary. I'm not going to say any other strong words about it. I'm just going to say it is unnecessary. It shouldn't be said, right?
Shouldn't have been said.
Done. Forget the personality. Forget the orange Oompa Loompa. If you package the different
dustbin of history, the dustbin of history. See you later.
Package the different face to what he's done, then what has he done for America compared? He's done a lot.
Like the new history books that are going to come out for like junior high and high schools that are going to have like the riots and like the presidency of Trump and like storming the Capitol. It's going to be ridiculous knowing that part of history is like going to be written down, like for sure talked about, and like like people have to be informed about it because like it's a serious thing. Storming the Capitol, like that's unheard of. That never should have happened.
Did we learn much of Australian politics when we were growing up in school?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like we didn't have that much about politics growing up, actually.
Yeah, we didn't have a subject to learn about that. Hey, we learned a little bit about it, but it wasn't like we went into the history of which prime minister was blah blah blah, right?
Yeah,
America's all about the forefathers, the freaking
old Abe, Uncle Abe.
Uncle Abe.
So when I was doing school, I definitely got like a bit of an education, quite a bit of an education, I would say, in the colonization of Australia, which is the equivalent of the forefathers, I suppose, for America. Like the I don't know exactly what the Holocaust for Aboriginal people was. But we certainly got an education on that, and the stolen generation and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
the stolen lands. And the British arriving in 1778, like we got all that, but I don't recall having much of an education in like sort of recent political history. Like I basically don't remember too much Oh wait, there was Ned Kelly, although that's less political, I suppose. But I don't remember sort of anything between like 1950 to like 2000 or anything like that. I don't think we really got much of that at all. Either that or I just don't remember it. One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't learn too much about that. I mean, I remembered in economics, we touched on a little bit about Paul Keaton's time as prime minister because he was the one that took us through the recession.
Yeah.
After Bob Hawke, and that was crucial for us. So that's when Australia before that time, Australian dollar was way higher than the American. Sure.
What? Really?
Back then, if you were able to go to America with Australian dollars, you could buy like Nike shoes for half price, basically, because we were at like $1.40. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
times have changed, mate. Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Plus, because we've privatized bloody nearly everything, we don't fucking own anything anymore, do we? In Australia.
Yeah, less and less things.
I think
yeah.
Arnott's is not ours anymore. Tim Tams isn't ours anymore.
Yeah, everything gets
Wait,
taken
Tim
over.
Tams? I just tried
Australia
those.
owns nothing.
Those Tim Tams are amazing, by the way.
Yeah, Tim Tams
I had
are the
a first
best.
time the other night from Matthias, and oh my god, better than any cookie in America.
They're really
Tim
good.
Tams not a
They're really
Tim
good.
Tams not a cookie, mate.
Biscuit.
How do you eat
It's
your
not,
Tim
a,
Tam?
it's not a wafer. It's a biscuit.
Yeah, it's a bicky, mate. It's a fucking bicky.
Chocolate biscuit.
Correct.
Fucking cookie.
Chocolate
It's a
biscuit.
chocky bicky. Don't say
Did-
chocolate biscuit. It's a chocky bicky.
Did Matty I show you the proper way of eating it?
I did not. I
Oh.
thought I would just leave him be, just let him enjoy things.
What's
Okay,
the
okay.
proper way of eating
No,
a Tim
no,
Tam?
no. We can't tell you now until you have Tim Tams in front of
Yeah,
you.
do your own research.
What the heck, Matthias?
Well, you just said it was the
Patty.
best thing you've ever eaten.
Sorry?
So I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think
say that.
I didn't.
But
do you
I mean,
justice.
maybe there's a way to make it taste even better.
Isn't that what you tell every girl?
All right, Pat. I think you better give it away. You better let him in on the secret.
Yeah, let them know. Let our viewers know as well.
What's the key to a Tim Tam? What's the
Tim Tams?
best way to eat?
You have it with milk, mate. You bite off each ends, and then you use it as a straw.
Wait, a straw?
So-
Because
So
there's
this
a
is a
hole.
big
There's a
Tim Tam,
hole
you
in the
bite
middle of it.
And then you bite down here.
Yeah, and then you just go.
You put that into the hand there.
What the?
And the
Yeah,
Tim
you
Tam
can use
melts
it to like
inside.
suck up like milk or coffee or whatever.
Yes, even better with
What
coffee.
else?
Try that, see what you think, and then after that, we'll teach you how to do soggy sayos.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Matty.
Oh man.
Good old soggy
What have I
sayos,
stepped
mate.
into?
Soggy sayos.
Good old soggy sayo.
So, you're right, Petey. Arnott's Biscuits Limited was sold. Well, it was owned by Campbell Soup Company previously, and then it was sold to a private equity firm called KKR in America. So it's not been Australian for some time.
Yeah. Well, I remember when that came to news, I was like, what? I was almost going to boycott it. But it's still so good. Arnott Scotch fingers.
You could smell it every time you drove past the factory.
Yeah. Yeah, good old Arnott's. Good old Arnott's.
Arnott's.
Hey, Patty, you touched on the Evergrande story not long ago, yeah?
Yep.
China's Evergrande
Wait, what?
The real estate in China.
real estate.
Evergrande or Evergrande, one of the biggest
Yeah.
companies in
Evergrande.
China.
How-
That does, I think it's like the second biggest real estate development company
Correct.
or something like that. Yeah.
Because China's Evergrande woes caused job cuts in Sweden. Almost
Yep.
half of the factory workers lose their jobs in Sweden as Maker seeks new backers. So that crisis has caused hundreds of job losses.
Hundreds.
Correct. Yeah.
gonna be
Just as
affecting-
I said last time, it's gonna trickle
Yeah.
all the way through. It's gonna be a massive domino effect because it's debts that are unpaid. So It's a big amount, 300 billion.
Yes, more than 300 billion in liabilities
That's
already.
what they
So,
owe.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
Yeah.
it's a large number.
300.
damn, huh? How do they come back from this?
The government, Chinese government.
Yeah.
That seems to be the most obvious way. They are. I think they are currently talking or considering like not repaying foreign investors. So basically, like foreign investors in the company look like they're going to be missing out. However, I saw a headline today about them considering selling a certain part of the business for like $5 billion. So I mean, that'll go some way towards like providing compensation. But like the numbers are just so enormous that they owe. I think they're just trying to basically like last minute save, kind of like trying to save as much as they can, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, QuaranStream Vibe streaming at a new time this week, 4 p.m. here with the
4 p.m.
lads and WisePass. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the QuaranStream Vibes Just Hangs, ladies and gentlemen, here with my guys Potato, Doom, Sean Wengdeal, and Matty I. I don't have the article, boys, but Mio told me, because she follows a lot of the, consumer consumption of all sorts of demographics here in Southeast Asia. Thailand in Southeast Asia is now officially the oldest country, the most aging country now, as they are not reproducing at the rate as anyone else in Southeast Asia now. Isn't that surprising?
Wow, they've taken over Japan?
Yeah.
Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. Well, that's what Mio told me. She's saying that
Japan's not in Southeast Asia, so I don't think it'd be included.
Yes, Japan's not Southeast Asia. So
yeah, of course.
it's like
but I was just asking if they've taken over Japan.
People are more career driven in a sense. They settling down later. Family, having a baby and a family isn't that early option or that dream, that queen princess dream to have a kid as early as you would. I think maybe technology and the latest developments in lifestyle is changing the way people think. They feel as if they have a baby, they're not going to be able to do some of the things they want to do, so they leave it till later. And when you leave it till later, of course, menopause for the women happens. So, oh no, it's going to be a land full of ladyboys soon then, mate.
It already is.
Woohoo! Oh, I mean, what?
Yeah. I think Japan is still the oldest average age, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Remember when there was a phase where China was like, you were only allowed to have one kid?
Yep.
Was it
They had
The one-child policy.
Yeah. Is it still
And they
on?
were taking your second child if you had a second child.
No, so Japan, so China's definitely not doing that anymore. In fact, now they've started encouraging people to have more children through like government subsidies and payments and stuff. Now they've fallen basically back like the other direction where they are below replacement rate, which is like 2.1 children per couple. That's the replacement rate. I believe they are below that. So yeah, the government in China is pushing people to have more children, but apparently so far it hasn't had much of an effect at all. They haven't been able to sort of push people to have more children.
Got to get rid of contraception, mate. Burn all the condoms, mate. That's how you get them to have children.
You don't need this. It's no good. You're preparing for the next soldiers, getting ready for the new war.
Did you guys know what happens when the mother has twins, on a one-child policy? They get to keep both. They get to keep both because it's a single birth.
Huh. Interesting.
So even though it's a one-child policy, they get to keep both of them because they're twins.
Oh,
Pushing
Chinese,
China.
there are also too many boys, so there is a huge imbalance between men and women, pushing Chinese men to look for wives overseas. Damn.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of documentaries about how much of a struggle it is to be sort of like a non-wealthy, less desirable man, at least in females' eyes in China, because there's a as Lam said, the imbalance is tens of millions of people. So it's like a really large imbalance. And that a lot of people kind of like resign themselves to not being able to find partners at all, which is, pretty heartbreaking
Very
for
sad.
those people, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of the situation, I think it was a year or 2 years ago in Japan, when the adult industry was struggling to find male actors. They were like hiring people from males from outside Japan just so they could fill up the males in the adult industry. Sean, you might be interested.
Yeah, I was just about to be like, Sean, I got your new career angle for you.
Dirk Diggler Jr.
I haven't been with a Japanese girl, but I mean, this could be a new start, new career.
There you go, something to look into after the live stream.
It's depends, because there's different areas or different sort of types of Japanese girls. Like from what I've been told, if you're going to Japan, there's a difference between Tokyo girls and Osaka girls. So, and this is in the business world, by the way. So when you're in Tokyo and you meet like a girl that's in business, like marketing, advertising, they're a little bit more reserved. They'll still be hosting their clients out at, izakayas and stuff like that, but they'll be a little bit more reserved. Whereas the Osaka girls are the ones that'll be initiating, yo, cheers, kanpai. They're a little bit more out there, outgoing.
Yeah.
So I've been told.
Going to
So,
Osaka.
depends what you're after, mate. Depends what you're after.
Quick
You want the little
trivia.
quiet one that's like reserved and possibly nasty under the
Yes.
doona, or you want the loud one that's ready to cheers and party, but could possibly be a starfish under the doona. Who knows?
Starfish.
Did you guys know when the single child policy got abolished?
Probably like 20 years ago, I guess.
2015.
Oh,
What?
It's very recent.
Just
Yeah.
recently.
And then did you know when the 3 children policy was implemented? 2021.
No
Just
way.
this year.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, huh? You would think that it's
3
like 15, 20 years ago, but apparently that's what it
Yeah,
says. So.
fully.
That's insane.
Well, I mean, look, they've got some numbers to make up now, right? A lot of countries have got some numbers to make up. I mean, I'm not.
Why?
Not saying
Why
any
is that?
million of people we've lost through COVID and stuff, but like it's got some numbers to make up.
Definitely, there's been a loss of people in the world.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a stat, like a website that has like real time numbers, like it's a projecting of how many people are dying right now on the average of what they've got, and you see it going down, and plus people are getting born, like babies getting born at this time. It's like it's surreal looking at that, like that's actually happening. Yeah, it's crazy. Obviously, all reported.
But haven't you guys noticed that everything's being delayed anyway? Like family size is being reduced, marriage is being later, divorces are going higher compared to how it was compared to how it was in our parents' generation anyway.
Yeah, look, there's been
How
definitely
many
huge
siblings you
shifts
got, Paddy?
in people's values and cultural sort of norms as well. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Pete?
But
What? It keeps cutting out for me.
I thought you were saying something. Sorry, Maddie, what are you
I was
saying?
gonna say how many siblings you guys have.
I have one.
I have
Is
5.
Hungarians supposedly a big family?
No, not really. So I have 2 half brothers from my dad's previous marriage, but for my mum and my dad, I'm the only child.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm number.
You're oldest.
I'm the youngest.
Oh, you're the youngest.
The
Ooh,
baby. The
freaking black
baby.
sheep.
The black
Sean, you're
sheep.
one of 5.
Definitely. Yeah,
You're the-
1 of 6.
You're the middle, aren't you?
You're one of 6.
Yeah. So no, actually, no. I'm the second oldest. I have an older sister, me, 2 younger brothers, 2 younger sisters, and growing up was not boring. I'll tell you that. It was not a
Yeah.
boring
How
time.
how are the 2 younger brothers? Are they anything like you?
One's fat and he has hair. The other one is a little tall and has a little bit of hair, but he should cut it. It's like he's got like this thing that like looks like devil horns, and like his hair goes to here, and it's like I'm like, bro, it's time.
What?
It's time to let it go.
Yeah, but you know
Wow.
we're just trying to hold on. But yeah, but all my sisters have hair.
They better.
Wow, eh? Yeah, I only got a younger sister, but my mum and dad, they were both like one of 10 and one of 11
Whoa.
siblings. So
Yeah, like
Wow.
my
we didn't have
dad's-
TVs. We didn't have
Wow.
TVs back then, you know. We didn't have a TV, so
My mom is 10 as well. My mom is 10. My dad is 7.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
my
crazy.
dad's mom had like 6 of them. So then I don't know why my dad wanted to, but he's like, I want to have 6 too. So don't even think about
Are
it,
you-
pops. I ain't doing it.
How far is the age gap between you guys, the oldest to the youngest?
So about 2 years, 2-3 years each. Just
Not
Wow.
bad.
So they were
So
popping
it's like-
every 2 years.
Yeah,
it's like-
that's not bad. My sister and I is 11 years.
oh wow, that's a
Wow.
big
Yeah.
difference.
Well, we had a middle child, but he passed away during birth, and then my sister came out afterwards. 11 years later.
Yeah. Shit, eh? I'm only 5 years apart with my sister.
That's still pretty big.
It's
though.
kind of
Five
weird
is
when
still
it's
pretty
that, like 11
Are you
years.
close
Wow.
to your sister, Pat?
big. Yeah, we're really close. Even
That's
though
awesome.
we've got a massive age gap.
That's cool. That's really cool.
We've got someone asking question. Sean, you can go. What do you usually do with your siblings? You bully them.
When I was young, we used to be pyros and used to go burn fields and try to stab dead deers and rummage through the little forest that was around our house. But now that everyone is older, finally 21, when I went back, we were able to have barbecues, go to the bar, go to restaurants, have drinks, little vacations up to Lake Tahoe, spend time together. Disneyland. Disneyland was one of the
That sounds
biggest
good.
things. Disneyland. Best thing.
Did you ever have the typical, full hardcore fighting, even fist fighting with any of your siblings?
Oh yeah, my brother threw a milk crate at my head, split that open. Older sister punched me in the face, a couple holes in the wall. I tried to break out of a window on my 3rd floor one night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anything you could think of, it happened. Broken arms and legs all over the place. Scratches, bruises, fighting with neighbors, fighting with each other. It was fun. It was really fun. Never dull. Never dull.
That's crazy. That's a little hardcore.
Well, 6.
for my liking.
Yeah, all of us together is madness.
I never actually got into so I have a lot of cousins around my age, give or take 1, 2, 3 years or so, boys and girls. And there were times where on the weekend, back in Brizzy, we would be at, one of each other's houses to host, a feast. And we got along fine. We were very sports focused. We played a lot of cricket. But I remember very young, we had fights. We were fighting like crazy, to the point where I think it was my older cousin, and if he's watching, shout out to you, Will. He was at home, and because he was a lot older, he was able to babysit the rest of us cousins. But he had a younger brother with us as well, and he was the youngest. But because he had his mates over, he was like, don't let anyone touch my Transformers or toys and all this stuff. He had this box of toys. And so him and his mates were out the back doing something. And then we just thought, we asked the younger brother, hey, can we play? And because the younger brother doesn't know, he goes, yeah, you can play. So we just played with it. Will comes in, sees it, gets angry, grabs me, grabs our other cousin, and ties us up. So we're in the corner tied up with a rope.
How old were you then?
Oh, maybe
That's awesome.
5 or 6.
That's awesome.
We're tied up.
That's-
And then like, yeah. And then like I even asked him today, and he goes, do you remember that? He goes, yeah, I remember that. I said, man, you were a dick. But as we got older, things changed. But it was just funny how like we're supposed to be family.
Yeah.
But isn't that the most that does it? Like brothers and sisters and cousins will always do that to each other because you just felt so comfortable. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I used to. Sorry, go, Petey.
No, I was just gonna say, and with the girls, I used to get in trouble. And in Vietnamese, we have this thing they say, "Khoan tai Wui Gai." So you'd have to cross your arms and kneel on your knees and face the corner for like an hour. That was the punishment.
Jeez.
And for some reason, when we were playing like Tiggy, good old Tiggy, like tag in America, you call it tag, I think.
Yeah, I was like,
we're playing it around this apartment block where we lived, and we're young, and the girls are playing, and because they're not as, they're not as like I guess jumpy as us, like jumping to climb fences and stuff. So I would run through this gate, and as soon as I opened the gate, I would close the gate behind me, so I would trap them. And my little cousin, she chased me. As soon as I ran through the gate and I closed it, her hand went in, and it closed on her hand.
Oh no!
And it wasn't huge, but it had blood and everything. She cried. Parents came out. What's going on? And she didn't say anything. And I was like, I'm over here. And then she just went like this, and she pointed at me.
oh,
So
it's like,
he goes, "Why did you do this?" I didn't do that. Because her hand's bleeding. Who did it then? And I was like, I did it. It closed on her hand. She would not do that herself. Blah, blah, blah. And I got in trouble for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Petey really did it.
That's what you get
Still
for hurting
keeping
your
score.
sister,
So when
mate.
I go back to Australia, I'm going to get you. Yeah, Pat, you were saying?
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like with us, like my family's so big that like my oldest cousins are already in their 50s.
Damn.
And then I have like
Whoa.
younger cousins that are still like teens, like proper teens, and I'm like right in the middle. And there wasn't very many of us that was in the middle. Now in the 30s, everyone else is either 45 plus or like 30 and below. So I was like kind of stuck hanging out with the older people, the older cousins, and then I was also stuck with hanging out with the younger cousins. So it was like, which one do I go? Who do I play with? And because by the time I was at that age, all my cousins either had, like, older ones had boyfriend or girlfriends, or they were married already, and then the young ones were just too young, so I had to run amok by myself.
No.
Far out. You got a story, Maddie? Do you see much of your half brothers? Or was there a period you guys hung out a lot, or?
Yeah, so I mean, when we lived in the same country, they would visit probably about like twice a year or something. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see them as much as I would have liked to. But I don't remember really ever fighting with them. Like, we always get along great, and I miss them a lot. Like, I wish that I could have spent a lot more time with them. And still do, I still really enjoy both of their companies, So unfortunately, no juicy story that I can tell you, but I think probably the part that sucked about it the most was, like being an only child, you kind of like you get used to it, but then like, because I had the two half brothers that I saw only sometimes, like I knew what it would be like to have brothers, so it's kind of like the worst of both worlds, because it's like what you're missing out on, but you can't have it. So, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to see them a lot, and I would have loved to see them more.
Yeah. Well, the conversations I have with my sister now about her kids. Actually, I call her and I get to talk to her for maybe about 2-3 minutes, and then her son grabs the phone. She's uncle, and I end up talking to him for about 30 minutes. Little cutie. He's such a brat now. He's like 7. but just the way he just, like this, he's just full of energy, and he's so like, he knows how to use the phone, the iPad, and on the messenger chat, he's constantly using all these filters. Stop it.
He's putting on filters and different faces all the time.
Holy.
Does he send you memes
I
already?
still got to try and figure out the filters for us on this. That'll be cool.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Filter.
Take their little filters on. That'd be cool.
Filter styles. There's got to be a way. I think if we can we pull up our chat. We do our chat on the messenger, and then I port that screen into this, and that should be able to play off from messenger, and then you guys can toggle your filters, and we could play games on here against each other, like the ones where you move your head and everything.
I like that. Yeah.
Coolies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, QuaranStream Vibes just hangs. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to QuaranStream Vibes Just Hangs, here with the boys, Potato, Dung, Sean, Wangdeal, and Matty I. Boys, we normally talk about a little bit of tech stuff and being greener, but check this out. World's fastest EV charging station promises a full battery in under 15 minutes.
No.
Look at that.
15 minutes?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, see? 360 kilowatt station takes the title of the world's fastest EV charging station with its new station. It says the electric cars will leave with a full battery in under 15 minutes.
15.
That's crazy,
That's
man.
huge. That'd be
Wow.
huge in America.
Does it state how much the cost is to charge?
Ooh, good question.
Probably a bit further down.
Interesting. I don't think it has.
Because does anyone know how much it costs to charge a Tesla right now?
Isn't it
I think
free?
it depends on the
at the moment?
very
You
much
buy
depends on the country.
At most
America's
gas
free, I
stations it's free, but yeah, usually or at home you have to like plug it in so it goes through your electric bill. So I wouldn't know the exact amount.
It says here the Tesla Model X cost about $15.29 to fully charge.
Wow.
Pretty cheap, huh?
That's ridiculous. $15.
$15, yeah, which works out to be about 4.5 cents per mile.
I'm paying $60 for a full tank on my Honda Civic back in the day.
Jesus Christ.
And I can only get around about, I think maybe just under 400 Ks. I can't remember how many Ks it was. 380.
Yeah, it was
Ks
about
or something.
400 for a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 450. What was the lowest?
Conservative driving.
What was the lowest gas fee that you saw filling up yourself? Not your parents, but for you.
The
Like
lowest
highest,
gas one.
Or
The
lowest?
lowest gas
Price.
per liter.
Back in Australia?
Yeah, that you can remember.
Fuck.
I remember like 48
54
cents.
cents.
Oh, wait, that I filled up?
Yeah.
I filled up?
That you filled up.
Yeah, in the it would have been in the 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe 54 cents.
How
around
old are
there.
you? How old are you, mate?
I'm 37.
Okay, so we're the same age. Yeah. So the cheapest I saw was 48.5 cents.
Freedom fuel.
That's
48.
ridiculous.
48.5 cents. That's when I
What's
had
that in gallons, though?
my
No,
learners.
because in Sean, in America it's different. It's you guys go
Yeah.
by the gallon.
Yeah,
What's
we
a
go by
gallon?
the gallon. So I mean,
Gallon's like 4 liters roughly.
I would say like the lowest I ever saw it was probably like $2.99, $2.89 maybe. But I know the prices have risen up to like close to $5 almost. Like just ridiculous. Like just
And you guys have to pay before you pump the fuel. Hey, it's a pay before, right?
yeah. Wait, you guys don't have to?
No, we put
pay
the fuel
after.
in and then we just walk into the shop and we pay for it. There's a trust system
Yeah.
in Australia, mate.
You can't trust nobody in America. That's crazy. Yeah, no, at least like it's up in the $4 range, probably close to $5 in some states.
Damn. Yeah, because per
And
gallon
imagine
is 3.7 liters.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, you fill up your tank, it's like $80 to $150 more.
Wow.
Yeah, but do you guys have like food stamps or vouchers as well?
Yeah, for
Whatever it is.
The petrol vouchers were
cheap
cool.
Yeah, petrol vouchers.
Petrol vouchers were the best. 2 cents off
No.
per liter, mate.
4 cents off, mate.
4 cents off per liter.
Well, and also
Yeah.
because when you pump the fuel in, they round it to the nearest dollar. So if you do $15, you always go 15 and 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click, click, click.
So they don't round it up to 5 cents, and then you get that extra 2 cents extra, and you lift the cable up as well. Get all the last drop.
Getting all the gas.
Empty the tube,
I
Petey.
remember that. Do you guys remember going to get petrol on the cheapest day of the week?
Yes, it used to be like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, every Wednesday
Fill
was the
up
cheapest
all the
cheapest
vehicles.
day.
Cheapest day of the week? What's that about?
Yeah, Mum
Petrol-
would always message me.
Australia,
Fuel's
there's a-
cheap. Go fill up.
Yeah, in Australia, there's a petrol price, like a weekly petrol price cycle. For some reason, on Wednesdays, it was always the cheapest.
It was the refuel day. It's when they refill it.
So they have all this fuel and they're just trying to get rid of it for a better price. That's
Because a
Who
friend of
knows?
mine used to work for Shell, the petrol station. And I
Ah,
asked,
poor Shell.
I'm like, why did you guys always have a cheap day? And he was like, basically, that's when we top up. That day is the day that they top up, so they try and encourage more sales to get rid of the old fuel to when the new fuel comes in.
Well, Shell was the only one that was doing 95 octane, from what I remember. My last time there, anyway.
Well,
Oh no,
BP
maybe
definitely
97.
had-
Yeah,
97.
97. And then the 98. There was a 98, right?
98, yeah. So Shell, it was like BP Ultimate and Shell something or other. But yeah, like that was the two premium fuels that everyone got. But these days, a lot of people are running E85, which is like 85% ethanol.
Ethanol.
Yeah, and E85 like is a specific thing that car guys, a lot of car guys use because you can make a lot more power out of your car running E85. But only certain stations have it. So I think it's mostly Freedom. Actually, it was Freedom Fuels mostly that has the E85 that everyone gets.
Yeah, and the green one. Which one was the green one? What was
BP
it?
Ultimate.
diesel.
BP? Was it BP?
Yeah, green is BP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do bees go? Where do bees take a leak? Like where do bees go when they need to go to the toilet? The BP station.
I love the
What
petrol.
do you guys use?
I love the
What?
petrol stations back home. Actually,
Yeah, they're great.
Dude, because the ones that have pies and everything, like the proper
Meat
shops.
pies,
man.
sausage-
You know,
sausage
I was a huge
rolls.
fan of the $1 coffees that they had, and like actually not bad at all. Like it wasn't terrible coffee. I used to get them all the time.
But guys, do you remember the
Petrol stations that have,
Gorilla
like,
Dogs?
Nando's with it, or Burger King, or Hungry Jack's as we call it back home.
What about the
Hungry
Gorilla
Jacks.
Dogs?
Gorilla
The what?
Dogs. I never had one of those.
Yeah, the hot dog that was on the roller.
Oh yeah.
It would sit there in the roller for like 48 hours, and then people would still buy it.
I never
I
got one
bought
of
it.
those because I
It was
didn't
great.
want
It was
food
great.
poisoning.
But then they were so good.
Yeah,
too.
I never bought those. Mm-mm.
Those and the dollar Slurpees.
The dollar Slurpees all day for sure.
Lama says, "What are you guys using now to get around the city, EV or non-EV?"
Honda Wave, brother.
I use
Yamaha.
Yeah. I'm currently I'm riding Lily's Vespa. Actually, the other bike I still need to refuel it. Yeah, I need to put a freaking fuel gauge on it too because
Okay.
You don't know when it's
have a fuel
empty.
gauge. So I got when I'm at the lights, I open the cap off and see that there's still liquid in there. Screw it back on.
The trick is you just give it a shake.
Give it a little shake.
You give it a little shake side
Walk
to
side to
side.
side. Yeah, that's it, Sean.
Yeah.
You hear it, you can feel it and hear it.
Well, staying on some energy, guys, there's also this. A project to produce electricity from artificial sun.
What the?
Scientists
Yeah,
produce
fusion, of course.
fusion reactor.
Humanity has been trying to figure out
Decade.
fusion for decades now, but haven't been able to do it yet.
Well, they reckon 2030, mate. Completed early 2030. This fusion reactor will be completed by Professor Song Yuntao. Yuntao sounds like the guy from Rush Hour. Also known as artificial suns. Fuck, they're trying to do everything. Hey, China already did like the artificial cloud, no, the artificial sun.
Artificial rain.
Artificial kids coming up, mate.
For sure. Probably already got them preparing the war for war.
So, yeah. The fusion research started with Russia's software and technology, but the country has risen to the top of the field in recent years.
There's a race to it as well, right? Because no one's done it yet.
There's always a race.
Of course. I mean, it's literally like unlimited energy. So that would be a pretty big, pretty big win for whoever figures it out first.
Definitely.
How safe is it
Not
going
just
to be?
prestige-wise, but it's completely safe. It's not like nuclear, so you can't melt down.
Just when I hear reactor, I think nuclear.
Imagine the money. Imagine the money behind it.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's as we saw in the article just a second ago. The next largest one, which is the ITER, is costing something like $45 to $60 billion by the time it's built. Apparently, it's the most expensive international project ever built.
Jesus Christ, 45 to 60 billion.
Billion with a B, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But do you know how long it's been going on for, though? Since the 80s.
Yeah, they've been building it for a long time.
Yeah, dude, it's a long time. So I think it was like the Soviet Union and the US was coming together to try and figure it out in the 80s.
It's timing too, isn't it? Because technology, obviously, back then hasn't developed, and they need time for it to get to. Wow. Okay.
Well, Iron Man's dad,
EV bikes. Mate, if you can get us 4 bikes to try, we'll do a stream, and then we can even finish off the stream in like the last 10 minutes with our phone on the bike, and we can just ride through the town or whatever the case is.
We'll stream on the bike, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for that.
That'd be really cool.
Like flame.
That'd be really fun.
Keen as
mustard. Nice one, Pete.
Yeah, why is that? Why mustard?
Because it's Keen's mustard.
Keen's mustard. And also, have you heard Roy Keane?
Roy Keane.
That's what the English use. I'm keen as Roy Keane.
I don't know that one.
Roy Keane is a footballer.
I'm keen as Keenan Ivory Wayans. That's cool. Yeah, definitely.
Looks like Marge again, guys.
Yeah,
no.
something like that.
Yeah, it looks like Marge is coming.
Looks good over here.
Rain up. Oh, is it Marge or is it pollution?
Probably pollution.
Oh my god,
it's pretty great.
Today's so bad. Today's so bad. I think
beautiful sky.
Yeah, exactly. I think I was looking this morning. We were in like 10s in the air quality index. It was real bad.
I don't mind it, to be honest. As long as I'm outside riding, I'm good.
I don't mind it. I don't give it. Yeah, I don't care at all.
Seeing joggers all along the canal now, which is nice.
Yeah. Went for a ride yesterday. It was in District 1. It was packed last night.
Yeah, you said Walking Street was packed, wasn't it?
Yeah, went through Walking Street. Yeah, went where? It was packed.
Is much on the shops open as well? On Walking Street?
Not many of the shops are open. More of like the coffee shops, like Footlong and all them were open. Some of the
sit in or takeaway?
No, takeaway. So some of the tea shops were open. There was even some of the guys that was the pushing the carts that was selling like chatak and all those stuff. They were also selling their stuff on the street, and there was a lot of people, man, like all sitting next to each other and just having a good time. And yeah, there's no security or anything. Just every man for
interesting.
himself.
I mean, like when Singapore got to their 80% vaccinations, they announced on global news that they would slowly stop reporting cases.
Yeah.
And this was some months ago. and they would only they would only report, I guess, necessary numbers, whatever. But then they started spiking again, like between 200 to 2,000 cases a day. So I don't know what's the go with it here. I mean, we were reporting, our 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 a day to drop to like 3, 4,000 a day, and now what are they going to do with cases? Are they going to still report, or what's the go? You're on mutage.
Let's see,
Shawnee. You're on mutage.
Oh, I was just talking to my buddy about that. I haven't seen any report like on Facebook or the news about like COVID case rises, and it's like it's kind of like just throw it away, or like.
I think they're going to monitor it for this first opening week, see how it goes. I mean, I'm sure they are reporting it, but they're not just putting it up daily, and then probably come back in a week and say, "Hey guys, looks like it's working," or whatever the case is, and go from there.
Have you guys seen the vaccination numbers recently?
Are they going?
What is it now?
I see lines at the door everywhere.
Yeah.
For
so
double?
the vaccination rates, they say now that for the people aged 18 and over who have been vaccinated against COVID-19 reached 100%, of which District 5 and District 11 had the rate of the second injection at 99%.
Lies.
So
it's not 100%. How it can be 100%, mate?
No. Yeah, but so they're saying here the remaining districts as a whole have the rate of the first injection reaching 94%. There's some districts at 100%, but majority of the districts are all on 94%.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
That's fast. It's pretty much what they projected and announced. They said that around mid-October, that they wanted to get to that number already. That's exactly what they said. It's good.
We did
Hold on.
We did it.
Got it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. Speaking of which, new time slot, 4 o'clock. Seems pretty cool, boys.
Not too bad.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us again tomorrow. Same time, 4 p.m. Same faces. Same smiles. Same finger hearts. Same fries. See you guys tomorrow. Holler!
Peace.